Would you rather have the black president or the white president who got 1.7 billion off the price? I think they want the white guy right now. She was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
She has always identified as a black woman. She went to a historically black college.
I respect either one, but she obviously doesn't, because she was Indian all the way, and then all of a sudden she made a turn and she became a black person.
Just to be clear, sir.
This conversation is one that is hoping to give some literacy to the policymaking process, specifically when it comes to 2024. The reason why I played that first Trump video was to really put in context our criticism of Kamala in comparison to Donald Trump, the other option. I think that the two-party system has exhausted us in many different instances, especially when it comes to the possibilities of what can be. And I think that a lot of us are exhausted. There has been a lot of confidence, controversy, affirmations, and negations when it comes to Kamala Harris. And I feel like you and I have had a lot of, not only conversations today, but I feel like over the years about Kamala Harris since 2020, I'll say since like 2018, since like 2015, when she first started trying to run for president. Before we get into the videos though, what's your thoughts, man?
Yeah, so I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like I'm bringing the same type of enthusiasm to 2024 that I brought to 2020 in terms of Donald Trump can't win another presidency. You know what I'm saying? Like I think I'm a part of the like never Trump group. Like I'm whatever Democrats we gotta kind of settle for the moment. Like this is the moment when it's absolutely necessary. You feel me? Like there's a certain, I mean, it's the at the core of it. Just being honest, it's the lesser of two evils framework. I think makes more sense with Kamala than it did with Joe Biden. Joe Biden did the shit that he did made it to where it's like, all right, bro, when you tearing down protesters, you know what I mean, when you funding both sides of the genocide, you know what I mean, like giving aid while at the same time giving weapons that's requiring motherfuckers to get the aid, and then you turn around and tell U.S. college students that they, you know what I'm saying, that they because of a foreign leader complaining. Yeah, that's, you know what I mean? To me, that's why I feel like whatever happened kind of happened. Kamala kind of turned that around though. You feel me? To where it was kind of like, okay, cool. It is what it is. It is what it is. So
yeah. Well, we're gonna
Kamala for president.
Would you rather have the black president or the white president who got 1.7 billion off the price? I think they want the white guy right now.
When I see stuff like that, I think specifically about how all the conservatives was chastising me from 2019, really shit, ever since I've been on social media as consciously, about race hustling, about victimization, about playing the race card. And it's just funny to see how they responding to their Lord and Savior Trump, playing the same shit they said that was bad.
Nah, the silly shit is that, again, they literally saying the quiet part out loud. Do you want the white president or the black president? That's the real conversations they having amongst themselves. Do you want to elect it? Like, is that another one? You know what I'm saying? Yes. Another one, and this time a woman, a black woman. That's the real conversation that's taking place. So yeah, like that, like, thank you. Yeah, I mean, for, like they say that Donald Trump is honest. This is the type of honesty he brings.
We need honesty too.
Right. But again, this is a dumbass reason to vote for his honesty. Like, his honesty gives clarity to why niggas shouldn't be voting for somebody like this, especially with this kind of race bait.
We cannot look away in the face of these tragedies. We cannot allow ourselves to become numb to the suffering, and I will not be silent.
I think that's a step in the right direction. I think it's a step in the right direction.
That's different from your sentiment earlier.
No, I think it's a step in the right direction, but I still think that it is kind of an empty signifier of a lot of rhetoric. You see what I'm saying? I think that I can say that it's a progression, but I still think that it falls short specifically for what we're asking about, especially when we start thinking about you invited a war criminal that has been literally got warrants out for their arrest by the ICJ, the same way that we should have that all the energy for Putin and Russia when he committing all the humanitarian crisis and this, that, and the other. I think we should have that same energy, especially because Kamala Harris is running on the idea that nobody is above the law. I think Netanyahu would also, you feel me, be in that not being above the law. So to me, it's like, hey, does America alliances, is that above the law? Does that, you know what I'm saying, supersede international courts of justice that America has set up? To me, it is not, but it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, I think it's difficult because like at best you can do is break even when it comes to Israel Palestine in terms of perception. The best you can do is break even because on one you have two very distinct sides in this conversation. One side that, as we talked about earlier, which is mainly critical of U.S. policy as a whole. Yeah. Something that's not even really specific to any one particular candidate, and having to navigate trying to campaign while not flat out campaigning against national policy, but at the same time pay respect to the sentiment, to the argument, and to the frustration of people who really not trying to exist in a world and in a country where we facilitate in them type of atrocities. That type of shit. So I think as much stock as, because I mean I think that's the question for everybody is how does she navigate, and it's really more of a question of can I do enough to where the people that's gonna complain, the people that's on my side gonna be on my side, and I'm not doing anything to alienate any other group, because really when it comes to her distinguishing herself from Joe Biden, that like just that alone was leaps and bounds from Joe Biden's responses. Joe Biden was literally getting up on podiums spreading propaganda. You know what I mean?
He literally powering up a Zionist. Literally.
You feel me? So having like so that okay, boo. So she at least know how to be able to recognize atrocities taking place and why ceasefire is important, even though she's trying to toe the line of not pissing off AIPAC, you know what I'm saying, and the rest of them.
Eat the AIPAC money, apparently, huh? Everybody
of course.
AIPAC money. We have Donald, we have Kamala. Now we're about to get into some of the more myths, some of the misrepresentations, but we're gonna be critical of it though. So,
main talking points, all the main talking points.
Oh yeah. But about to go on a roller coaster real fast. You know what I'm saying? So brace yourselves.
Years I've been told, hey, she put thousands of black men in jail unjustly for marijuana charges.
We looked into this claim about VP Kamala Harris and found that it's actually misleading. The number first came from a 2019 Democratic presidential debate where Tulsi Gabbard said
she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana.
But here's what we found. During Harris's tenure as California's Attorney General from 2011 to 2017, over 1,900 people were admitted to state prisons for marijuana or hashish-related charges. But cannabis-related cases in California are prosecuted by district attorneys in individual counties, not attorney generals. Kamala Harris was the district attorney for San Francisco from 2004 to 2011. And during her tenure, she only sentenced 45 people total, not just black people, to
I think that I think this speaking point that's been sensationalized about how Kamala Harris was the top cop of California and how she led to a whole bunch of incarceration of nonviolent victimless crimes, especially of black men. I think it is one that is not only facetious, but that mug is real nicely manufactured. And it's so nicely manufactured that there are a lot of people that just speak those speaking points without ever doing no research.